So, if you're a man right now who is interested in any woman, I'm not talking just me, any woman, and you want to make that relationship last and work, you're going to want to communicate with that lady. You're going to want to let her know that you like her and you don't want to have a friend do it. You want to do it one on one. That's what you want to do, one on one. If you don't do it one on one, the young lady, the person in general might think, especially if they've been fucked with, that it's not real. Do you get what I mean? All right. Okay, now let's go, let's realize this, that it happens a lot more. If you are dating a person that is intuitive, they're going to know that you have somebody else and they might not want to marry you, you know, especially if you have a woman in Mississippi or wherever. It's just not going to work out, you know. If you're going to ask a woman or man, anyone to marry you, make sure that your lovers know that you're married and you won't be going after them, and that they should lose your number and you'll lose theirs. Because if you are not getting rid of your lovers, then you're not ready to get married. If you're being told they don't want to marry you, not because they don't love you, but because you have a multiple of lovers in your closet and it's just going to be kind of crowded to have sex with you and them. You see what I say? Yeah. I had a person call me today. I haven't heard from her in 10 years. She found my number one time on here when I posted my cell phone number, and she called me from that, and I still have it. And do you know what she told me? That the guy that wanted to marry me had he wanted to take all my power, my life force and everything, because he wanted the power over himself and he wanted to just be himself. He just wanted to be the singular person. He didn't want me to be beside him. And to be very careful, because he has been tainted to the point where they just, if somebody like myself is worth enough for you to want to marry me, then I'm worth enough for you to give me attention on a live feed. I'm worth enough for you to spend that time with me. Really. If you want to marry me, then communication is so important, and that's what my friend, she's really intuitive, and she's really right on the mark. She usually doesn't try to, cause stuff, but she said that be very careful. Anybody out there, if you have somebody asking you to marry you without communication, that's really scary. I mean, I don't know this person, but hey, I'd say yes a second time. I mean, I'd be curious, but I'm going to be honest with you. Anybody who doesn't get rid of their other gal pals or, their lovers, because it could be a woman. You could be on the other side where the woman is treating you horribly. Oh, I was. I'd go. I'd go in his room, and he would talk about bullies, and I'm like, "Your mods are bullies. Your mods are huge fucking bullies. Your mods are real big fucking mean ass archon bullies." Yeah, your mods are archons. Closest thing to it. You talk about archons? Well, your mods are archons. They were trained by them. They're mean ass archons. They really are. I can actually say that with positivity. It's just the truth. They're archons. No one goes into your room that is positive for very long because your archons kick them out. Let me give you some advice on your channel, because you said about my channel about, yeah, I don't have, if you notice, I don't have a library here, but I do have a shitload of books behind me that you can't see. I'm also going to just start reading and talking about the books every so often. But if you want to get pissy, if you want your channel to do far better than anything, get rid of your archons. Get let me tell you this, get women and men who are in their 60s and 70s to be your mods, and don't be fucking them. Yeah. If you're not, if your mods are doing that, and and you're making good money, pay your mods. Yeah. I've done it. I've had mods who needed money and I helped people out, and they were honest and hardworking. No, they're not my mods no more. They have really good jobs now, better than mine. Yeah, when I train people, when I deal with people, they outdo me. Yeah, that's what happens to me. I've had people outdo me. But the good thing is, when I need them down the road, hey, they can be there for me. And if they're not there for me, I have somebody else. I'm not worried about it. But if you are having mods who are archons, and if you're, let's say, dating somebody and they go into your live feed on a Monday and you're told by that person, by their archons, to leave, then let me tell you this. If you're told on a Wednesday that, I didn't even understand he wanted to marry me. I thought he wanted to assist me. He could assist me all he wanted, but did he really want to share a life with me if he has a significant other in another state? Really? A 200-pound significant other, 200 pounds of loving. Woo! Well, maybe he'd better, stop sending the food and the easy money. Because if you're going to be talking about bullying and your little archon mods are there, man, you talk about archons, fuck, you got most of them around you. They're around you. You got these mods that are so rude. This one Chinese guy said, and it sounded like you see, the thing is, I know a little Chinese, just a little, all right? And it was a man, and he had said, thank you so much. You have enlightened me and wakened me up. And I was like, oh man, I like that. Do you know what the Archons did? Oh, they kicked the fucker out. You know what's going to happen? Let me tell you this. Make your Archons a whole lot fucking nicer. Get them, change them out. All right? You're going to have to change out your Archons and make them nice. Get them between the ages of 60 and 70 and don't fuck them. And it'll guarantee that they will kiss everyone's ass. And if you pay them a little bit, because some of these good mods, and I've had them before, the unfortunate, I had this amazing mod. She was from Florida. Her name was Diana. Diana, her business was doing not so well. And she had asked me for help. And I had the money. So I brought Diana as a man. She goes, I want to be a man. I go, good, we'll give you a male name and everything. Oh, for about 4 years on this channel, I had Diana on there. And I would send her money because she would do it the old-fashioned way. I just sent her a check every so often or a money order. And she was happy. And it helped her. Her daughter now runs a business. She's not as psychic as Diana. Diana would be like on the money. She would go like, she'd be a mod and telling me shit like, you know what? I think that you're going to find somebody. I know you're going to find somebody. She would tell me that I would find someone here on the internet and they would drop everything. So if you're wondering why your channel's not doing as well as you think it should, you're writing books, you're doing this, because your mods are fucking Archons. Your mods are Archons. Yeah, they're fucking Archons. They suck the fun out of everything. You may think it's fun, you may like fucking them, but they're Archons. And I know what's going on. I'm an intuitive. Don't ask me, I want to marry you and I'm fucking in the universe. No, I don't deal with that. You want to go fuck a 200-pound heifer? Fine, then stay with that and don't ask me to be married. Period. There's just no if, ands, or but. You want to treat me like a wallflower? I could have stayed in my other marriage. He was an Archon. Sucked all the fun out of everything. So if you get rid of your Archons and you get some really good people who wouldn't mind, you know, they're agnostic, that's great. But you got to understand, if you're agnostic and you're acting like a heathen Christian, you shouldn't call yourself an ex-Christian. You should just call yourself, I'm confused. You got Archons in your fucking mods. They're the biggest fucking bullies. I've seen some beautiful people in there get kicked out, get bullied by your Archons. So Monday when I went there, I was told by one of your Archons to fucking leave. And I did. And then Wednesday, I was asked by you to marry you. I'm confused. Is it a real marriage or not? If you want to get married, then why do you have your Archons running your shit? If you have Archons running your shit and you're agnostic, that just don't make sense. Really, you can have a bigger channel by having nice Archons or nice people, mods that treat other people decent. But it's like a drama live drama capade cascading down. Really? You want to make the big money? Get rid of your Archons and don't fuck your mods. I don't. My best mods are unfuckable. It's like having a rule of don't fuck your weed man. Because if you do, you'll eventually lose your weed man. You know? It's just that same thing. Don't have your mods romantically involved at all. Zero. You will let your mods know there's no romantic inclination with me at all. Never going to happen. It will be a whole different story. I want mods that are going to be there for me. Not just, think it's a vacation and that they're going to bully everybody and suck the fun out, because that's what I seen. There was no fun. The mods were having more fun than the actual people. I'm thinking, oh shit. I could see going into 100,000 people and just staying there, because the mods are archons and you're preaching gnostics, and I bet you gnostics go in there going, oh my God, there's archons in here. They're sucking the fun out. If you're having archons run your mods and be bullies to people, you got to get rid of them. They got to go bye-bye. Your archons that you love so very much, they're the biggest bullies in your room. You need to get rid of them. And get people between the ages 60, 70, and 80. Don't have romantic interludes with any of them. Just keep it fucking business. Jeez. Yeah, my dad taught me business. I'm seeing a whole lot of crap going on. And it's like, if you want a YouTube business, you want, the thing, you got to start acting like it. See, I haven't acted like it. I have not put a platform in which this person has. They put an amazing platform up. They got an amazing shit. And I'm sitting there thinking, they got archons in the fucking mods. Woo-wee! They got enough archons in there to fucking make your life fucked. But he's Gnostic. That's like a devil worshiper going to a meeting wearing Jesus, a white outfit with a cross and everything. Come on. If you're Gnostic, you're going to practice what you preach. That's what Gnostic does. Gnostics practice what they preach. They don't just preach it. A lot of them are quiet about it, like me, and I just go with the flow. But if you're not practicing what you preach, are you Gnostic? You have archons in your room that are moderators who suck the fun out of everything. Not just suck, really suck. They really fucking blow. If I want to be treated like a wallflower, I could have stayed in my first marriage. But I wanted my freedom. I really did. I wanted to find the love of my life. Communication is so important. If there's no communication, there is no relationship. And if somebody told you otherwise, then you need to realize that they were wrong. If you're Gnostic and you're not practicing what you preach, then you need to step back and shut the fuck up. If you're Gnostic and you're talking about bullies and you have archons as moderators, you need to step back. If you're Gnostic and you're talking about loving one another and communication, but the person who you planned on Wednesday to propose to were treating on Monday like a piece of shit. I was told that Monday by your archons to get the fuck out pretty much of your room. Check it out. It was the 11th of May. It was 11th of May, and I pretty well, after giving a $5 thing, I was told in not so many words by not so many people, you can even check out what they were saying to me. I went as Omega Forever Prom. You can even check it out what was said. Does this sound like a man who wants to marry me? No. Sounds like a man who just goes, hey, hey, move away. I'm number one. Go away, wallflower. I'm done with you. If I want that, I could have stayed in my, I could have stayed connected to somebody else. Fuck. Because that's how I was being treated. So when that same person came Wednesday, I thought they were bullshitting. I really did. I thought that they were just BSing. What would you think? I mean, really, what would you think if you went on someone's live feed, you weren't welcomed by any of their archons who are fucking sucking the fun out of everything, but they don't see it because they obviously have romantic interludes with their archons. Because that's what I'm thinking. You want to have a good station, get someone like I did. And Diana was fucking funny. Yeah, she was as a man, but I knew she was a female. And a lot of guys, would like say stuff, and she would know what their future was. She would say shit. You better be careful, man. Your car not legal and you're driving crazy. Diana was a fucking get a moderator who is psychic and you'll get a whole lot more people. That's how I got my people. Yeah, I had a psychic moderator for 4 years on and off. She wasn't there all the time because she had a business, and she said, oh, I have a blast. She got to get out in a sense. But I'm going to say my friend's moderator, well, the guy who asked me to marry him, pretty well I was told by the moderator to get the fuck out. I wasn't welcome there. And if I had a moderator and I seen that this person told, hey, I think that, you should move on type thing, I'd be like, what the fuck are you saying? That's my man there. Why are you talking to him that way? I think we're going to have a little talk, and I do it live. I let my moderator know, I'm letting them know on real time that they're not doing their job. Oh, and I've done that with all of my moderators except Diana. She loved her job. She was in her mid-60s, but we all know that she didn't have long for this earth. She had multiple heart problems, and she was born with a heart defect. So, yeah, it finally caught up to her. She was almost 80, so I'm going to say she lived a long time. Well, she always said, people born with big hearts, it's a defect where they're born with a heart that's abnormally bigger. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, she passed away, and her daughters never told me. I found out through the cards because Diana's been around me a bit and warning me. Yeah, I think that if you have a thing and you have moderators that are archons, and I'm going to be honest, that's how I felt. I was told by the moderators more than once I was not welcome there, and then I was told by Wowie Zowie man, I should go and find another Gnostic avenue because I wasn't welcome there. And this is somebody who was interested in me. This is someone who was interested in me, who asked me on Wednesday. Now, he didn't say to go on a different venue on the Monday. He said that a month prior. And that's when I said, oh, okay, So if you're having your Archon moderators run your show, like my dad said, he was a true Gnostic. He did not go and have 5 other women. When he went and asked any of his women to marry him, he was only asking them. There was only one woman. There wasn't a woman out in, Mississippi. There wasn't a woman next door. There wasn't a woman in their closet. They weren't screwing a 200-pound heifer because, that was their outlet. They're not hanging around. They don't hang around druggies, crapheads, and all that stuff. They don't do that. They have a decent life. They read a lot. They don't converse with crapheads. The people they converse with are better than that. So if you're agnostic and you have moderators that are the biggest bullies I've ever seen, I really got stressed out just going to his live thing. I didn't even want to go on there. So when he had a live thing that I was meaning to go on, I really didn't want to go on it. And I felt bad because he had all these archons around him. He had all these archons just sucking the life out of him, telling him what a piece of shit I was. And he's listening to it, eating it up. Yeah, you have archons. You need to get rid of them. You need to fire them. You need to lose their number forever and get real moderators that you have nothing romantic. Get a bunch of men, put them with female names. Yeah, get a bunch of men and put them with female names. And let everyone think that all is well. If I could get a moderator who wanted a man's name, everyone thought she was a man, but Diana was fucking amazing. Fuck. I remember one guy going, "You nothing but a honky son of a bitch, Tyler." And she goes, "Nah, I'm not a Tyler, but I'll tell you this much. You better watch your speeding because you're going to get pulled over." Diana, you were the best Tyler I ever had. And I hope that when you, like we talked about it, that you said you wanted to be my spirit guide. Maybe that's what I have. Because I've had some great intuition lately, Diana, and I missed you. I really did. I missed your ass. You were the best. She would, if they were giving her problems, she'd be like, "Man, gave her parents. You give everybody problems, including your parents." Just like this argument last night, and she would say something, and the person go, "Oh God, that did happen. Oh shit." What kind of That's the kind of moderator you need, honey. You need a really good psychic moderator that can fucking kick ass, be your friend. Because I didn't even want to go in your room. Yeah, I was tired, but I don't have the strength at times to be dealing with your Archon moderators that suck the fun out of everything. You may think that they're funny, but I'm the person who's in there, and I've seen good people who were complimenting you, who were asking you cool questions, and by the time you answered those questions, they were long gone. They left because your moderators fucking suck. They may get the assholes out, but they get the good people out too. And you want to keep the good people. You want to keep all that good vibe going because more good people will spread the word. But if you got archons as fucking moderators, you have archons as moderators, you fucking archons. I am so pissed. You yourself, I'm a Gnostic, but I got archons. They suck the fun out of everything. Well, I'm romantically interluded, so they get jealous of all the females. How's that going to work out for you, huh? Let me have my moderators. I'll screw them too, and we'll find out how that will work out for me. Yeah, moderators at a certain age, and get the intuitive ones, because fuck, they're fun. And then if you're really good friends with the intuitive ones, you get them as friends in the afterlife. You're like driving somewhere and you hear their voice and you're like looking around going, am I going nuts? I'm hearing their voice. Oh, turn left. Okay, I'll just turn left. It's happened to me. I've heard Diana's voice out of the blue in my Jeep. Just turn left. You don't want to be for this. So I turn left, and 5 seconds later, a fire down the street or something happens down the street where a ton of like fire engines are going down. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I turned left. It's happened. So if you get moderators, get the psychic ones. They're a lot more fun. The real psychic ones are a whole lot more fun. Trust me. Diana was a riot. She was a riot maker. She was. You want an entertaining moderator, but you want a moderator that you're not romantically interluded, and you let them know you have rules like I do. All right. My rules are don't fuck the moderator. If they're made moderator, they're not going to ever get fucked by you. Just like a rule, say back in the 70s, you're buying your weed. Don't fuck your weed seller. Keep it real. If you have moderators, can ruin a channel or make a channel not grow as fast. And if you're going to ask someone to marry you, make sure that all your lovers know. So when they go on your live show, that your lovers aren't going to be attacking me. Because that's what's happened. Monday, I got attacked and pretty much treated by the moderators like shit. And then I got asked to be married. Do you think I thought it was real? No, I thought it was fake. I thought it was fake as shit. I really did. If you're going to ask another psychic to marry you, make sure you clean up your bed. Change your bed from your sex from your other 200-pound heifer. Really. Because if you're going to want somebody like me, you're going to want to clean up your shit before you ask. Because I got no email, I got no text message, but I'm hearing on the side how you're messaging everybody and anybody. That's a Monday that you had decided to marry me. The Monday you decided to marry me, you're talking about messaging people, you're talking about getting close with people. But you're not talking about marrying me. You're not talking about, hey, I got that special woman in here. Hi, Omega Forever Perump. How are you? Oh, I just wanted to say, I watched your show today and you looked great. That's how you talk to somebody. That's how you make them feel special. Now, let me tell you this. Watch his live feed from the 11th of May, and you tell me what you think. Did it sound like a woman came into his channel that gave him birthday money and left because of the fact that it was so negative and so vile? I was surprised that there was as many people in there as there was. I really was. Because you have Archon moderators that sucked the life out of me. And that day that you were live that I didn't go on, your moderators stopped me. I did go in there. They kicked me out. So maybe you can talk to your fucking moderators why they kicked me out. Talk to them. I was there. I was there. I was kicked out. I could not go back until after you had put up everything. Your moderators are archons. So the day that you needed me the most, I couldn't get in because your moderators would not let me in. They're archons. You're Gnostic, but you don't practice what you preach. That's like being a Christian and doing devil worshiping. It doesn't make sense. If you're talking that you're Gnostic, then why don't you practice what you preach? Just putting it out there. Be a little more popular if you did, because over on the side here on yours, your archons kicked my ass out the day you needed me the most. And that's why I'm bitching about the archons, about your moderators. Suck dick. You would be a whole lot more popular if you didn't have your archons there. Like a good 100,000 more. That's how much shit I see. I seen enough shit there, and they allow it. Your archon should be reminding you, especially if your significant other that you wanted to ask to marry comes into your room Monday. It'll happen Monday, because 2 weeks later, his archons, wouldn't allow me in his room at all. Zero. You need to fire them fucking bitches and lose their number because they're not your friends. Your moderators are not your friends. And if they kick me out when you need me the most, then they're not your friends. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying it as an enemy. I'm not saying it as a bitch, as a person. I'm saying it as someone watching a channel that will not grow past 100,000. And I would like to see it grow way bigger and way popular, but not right now. You have archons running your channel. They're running it. You want archons run your channel, then it's not going to grow that big. You have to figure out what you want as a one platform and what kind of stuff that you can offer people. And the books aren't enough. You're going to have to do something different. You really are. Because having archons, when I went on there and I'm tired and I'm bitching, but I'm going to go on there to give you support. The day you needed me the most, your archons kicked me out. And you can check your channel too. I did go on there and they kicked me out. Your archons who go, I love you, I love you, I love you. They kicked me out when you needed me the most. Those aren't nice people. They're not for you. They're not your friends. They are not your friends. Those moderators over there who are on the side there, they're not your friends. Because if they were your friends, when I come on there and said, I want to help you, you could check your whole thing. I did go on there. I did get kicked out. Talk to your archons, because that's what you have. You talk about archons sucking the fun out. Well, let me tell you this. That's what my friend has on his life. And they're fucking bitches. They're real fucking archons, man. That's why I don't like going on his live thing. I'll hit it up afterwards because I don't have to deal with their fucking shit. Yeah, I'd go on there a whole lot more. But I got fucking Archon City. There's like 20 of them. Man, I went on there the day he really needed me. I tried fucking 5 times. 5 times they kicked me out. Five times. You have Archons. Fucking get rid of them. Lose their number. If you want something with me, communicate with me. And don't have fucking Archons holding the gate key because it's just not going to work out. It already has proven that. Fuck. I'm agnostic, but I'm going to have over on the side here a shithole of Archons. Oh, yeah. The day I wanted to go see him when I was tired and bitchy and, metamorphosing 5 times. 5 times I tried to go on his channel and they kicked me out. So I finally gave up and waited and watched him fall apart. Thank you, Archons. I hope you get what you deserve. I really do. So, if you're wondering why your channel is blowing up but then quit growing, maybe you have Archons on the side there kicking people out that shouldn't be kicked out. So the day my friend needed me the most, I got kicked out 5 times by his Archons. Maybe he should have a little talk with his friends. If I was him, I would be ghosting them fucking bitches. Because that's the reason why I said and walked out. You have Archons in your room. Monday I went there and I was treated like a fucking wallflower. So I thought, I'm a wallflower. It must not be real. He must not really want to marry me. He still has 4 other women off on the side. I don't think so. You want to marry me? Communicate and get rid of all your Archon girlfriends and have only me. That's how you do it. You have only me because that's what I would plan on. I wouldn't have no other boyfriend, no other this, that. If you can't have only me, then move along. Really. Because I know if you have another. I really do. I don't sit there and try to bullshit. I really know if a man I'm dating or with has another woman on the side. I've been with a man who has had so many women and would lie to me. I know it. So if there's no communication, it's hard for me to really take someone seriously. And yes, I think he's a good-looking man. I think he's got fucking amazing potential, but his Archons are just holding him back. I tried to get to his channel the day he really needed me. I knew he needed me. I knew it. 5 fucking times they fucking kicked me out. Archons kicked me out of my guy's channel. And I'm like, watching him fucking just die just killed me. It killed me inside. And these Archons were just laughing in the room, enjoying themselves. Because they're Archons. They're kicking me out. That's what I'm pissed about. Someone needed me. The gatekeepers wouldn't let me in because they were too jealous because they're not gnostic. They're not. If they're kicking me out when somebody needs me, they're not gnostic, okay? Get new gatekeepers because your mods are fucking bullies. to you, to me, and other people. They're useful as a fucking toilet. No, not toilet seat. They're useful as, an old hole, It just, after a while, you get splinters, okay? Let's just close the hole up and call it a day. They're not useful. You got shit full of Archon mods that are bullies from hell. Really, I'm giving you the reality of it because I've lived it. I really have. I really thought this is like my friend needs me and I can't get to him. I can't even get to him because his moderators have kicked me out 5 times. 5! What kind of marriage would be? Would it be a long distance marriage? Would we live in the same house? Because if he has somebody living with him, why would he ask me to marry him? Because I'm going to be honest with you. There's not no other woman in the picture. You got to start, I'm going to be honest. You got to start communication in some form, really. And you got to get rid of your fucking moderators. You got a fucking clean house. And your moderators should be from the ages 60 to 80. Don't have romantic interlude with them. Get a bunch of men. Put them with female names. Guaranteed they will fit in. And they will be very respectful. And they will make sure that you're taken care of. And they will make sure your health is taken care of. Your love life and everything. And if they're rogue Gnostics, they will not have no tomfoolery. Guaranteed. Because I know what rogue Gnostic is. And that was not Gnostic in that room. It was a fucking hell-raising orgy of crap. That's why people don't stay. You want me to be proud? Then clean up your shit. You got a long way to go. You need to clean up your moderator and you need to go and meditate for a good 2 months. You all thinking that you're all man and yeah, you're if you got moderators that are archons, wow. If you think that someone wants to marry you without no communication, wow. If you treat someone like shit on a Monday and try to ask them to marry them on a Wednesday and they don't think it's a real marriage proposal, it might be because you treated them like shit. Really? When you treat someone like shit, they think it's a fake marriage proposal. Really? You might want to treat someone better. Not like, you bring your Archon bullies to kick me out 5 times and get all pissed off. I don't know where she's at. Well, I was not telling we kicked her out 5 times. That's what they're doing in the background, laughing at you because they kicked me out 5 times and you didn't have no idea. Oh, I forgave you and your people a long time ago. When you're dealing with children, you gotta stand back and go, hey, it is what it is. I don't know who gave you I don't know who gave you the idea that someone's going to want to just marry you because of the way you treat me. Senior Psychopath treated me a whole lot better before, he married me, by the way. You know what I mean? He actually took me on dates and called me. He wrote letters to me. He wrote loves things. I mean, these are the things that Senior Psychopath did. All right? Give you a little idea what, I mean, he even got flowers. I mean, the whole fucking 9 yards. If you want me, you're going to have to go that route. At least some communication. But yeah, and by the way, I do know if you have somebody, I will know. I have friends who will call me. I have psychic friends who will call me out of the blue and go, this guy's not good. He's hanging out with the wrong sort. And that's what I'm hearing now. He's hanging out with the wrong sort of people, the bad people. You don't want to hang out. And by the way, I have a whole coven who is protecting me. So anyone wants to send some shit, oh, you're going to have to deal with them. They told me so, that I have no more worries, that they have people praying 24/7 just for me. Oh, I'm not joking. Right now, in France, there's people praying for me 24/7. You can send all you want, babies. I won't have to worry. But that's the main reason why I said no. I couldn't even see him. It was like a joke. I really did not realize that. Was it an act? Because you can watch it. It's from May 11th. This is a man who wanted to marry me. Does it look like he wants to marry me? No. Does he sound like he wants to marry me? No. I mean, a month prior, he told me to go find a different avenue. So I don't know what changed, because it's not because the weight. He's got a 200-pound girlfriend. Well, of course, he's going to, I mean, that's what it's been said on the internet. It's not just me. If you want me as a person and take you seriously, and if you are planning on surprise marrying me, then make sure you got rid of all your girlfriends, lost their number. That means you can't call them 5 days later. Because that's obviously he didn't. If they go on your live feed and you have gals there, make every girl feel special. If you're going to do it that way, make everybody feel special. But you got archons. Get rid of your fucking archons. Get rid of them. Because they are fucking up your chances to make even more money. No one's going to want to stay there to look at your shit to buy. If you have archons, no one's going to stay there long enough, because all the positive people leave. All the negative people stay. All the people that have all the badges and stuff, yeah, they are the negative ones. They are. You had archons give out free memberships to other archons. Yay! Yeah. Anyone positive is treated, bullied in your room. They're bullied horribly. We talk about bullies. Fucking, you got like the fucking best bullies in your room. Oh, yeah. Shit, you talk about bullies. You're the bully. You let it go on. You let it go on. You have these archons on the side who wouldn't let me in when you needed me the most. He had the key. There was nothing I could have done. If you love somebody and you want them there and you want no excuses, you make them a moderator. 2, if you love somebody, you make them a moderator. If you're going to ask them to marry you, you're going to make them a moderator and tell the other moderators this is the number 1. You're number 1,000. You're not even in my love hemisphere. You are business. And if you don't like that, you can leave. Nothing like that was ever done. So I didn't have no way to get to someone because he made the boundaries. Not me, he did. So if he wants to argue with anybody, then he can argue with himself because it is on him. He said that he is, whatever. If you're going to state that you're something, then practice it because he's not. I want him to find in the Bible how many of my people decided to go, hey, let's have about 5 or 10, other significant other lovers. Let's have all that drama. My family never had drama like that because we had one person for the lifetime of ourselves. And when that other person died, we moved on. We sometimes, didn't. You want to do alchemy, you got to change who you are. You got to change your form of thinking. You got to realize, do I want drama? Do I want it? Because when I go in your room, I see drama, and that's how your life is. You got to change that shit. Your archons got to go on the side. They got to go for your channel to grow. Got to go for your channel to grow. You want to deal with the demographics of men between the ages 60 to 80, and you want them to get them where they're intuitive. Yes, and you're going to pay them. That's how your channel is going to grow. That's how they also give you better advice than the fucktards that you have. When I was kept from you and acted like I was the bad one, no, you're just ill-informed. You're not stupid. You're smart as fuck, but you are being ill-advised. Like I said, you want the demographics from a man from this age of 60 to 80. Put them in your room in female names, and I'll guarantee you they will be fine. All of your mods need to be fired. All of them. Don't just get one, get them all. It's business. I'm just giving you advice. Oh, yeah, I used to have about 10 of them. Not on the payroll. They were 10 for a while. Not from you. I had 10. And they wanted to take over my channel. That's why they were there. But yours is different. Yours is archons who are fucking with your money. And you need a clean house. Like, really fucking clean house. I'm giving you advice because you need it. And I'm honest. And I'm giving it to you hoping that you'll take it. Because cleaning house fucking sucks. I've done it. I had to get rid of all 10. Block, block, block. Oh, yeah. I had to inform and take pictures. It was a big pain in the ass. So yeah, I know. I've been there. Uh, it's a lot easier. If you want to be gnostic, you don't have fucking drama. My family never had drama. It's the normals that bring the drama. You don't ask someone to marry them and have your lover's number on your phone. Any way to connect with your exes, that means you're not mentally ready. If you have not connected to anybody and message them message of love, how you feel, then it means you're not ready to connect with me. If you're not messaging me, if I don't know how you feel, if I think that you hate me on Monday, by Wednesday, I'm going to feel that you not just hate me, but probably have a voodoo doll of me or something. You know what I mean? That's why I thought it was fake. That's why I thought it was fake. And then the next following 2 weeks later, the mods kept me out, which means the archons are holding true to their nature. I digress. I try to alleviate as much drama from my life as I possibly can. I am going to apologize to somebody, even though I don't know the whole gist of it. But I don't give a fuck. I just want no drama. That's the difference between gnostics and a pretender. You have archons in your moderators. Clear out your moderators. Get male moderators that are between the ages 60 to 80 and have them intuitive with female names. They won't know the difference. Trust me. You want that. You want people for you, not sucking the life out of you, making drama. That's why I'm bitching the way I am, because I wasn't there for you because of your archons. And I feel bad for not being there, but I tried 5 times and I was so fucking tired and pissed. I just laid on the bed with fucking archons, fucking archons. So get rid of your archon moderators that are bullies. Get moderators that are from the ages of 60 to 80 that are intuitive. Guaranteed, all male, put female names on them. They won't notice the difference. And it will all work out wonderful. There won't be drama. Your channel will explode once you get rid of your archons that are around you in your home life and your private. If you get rid of your archons throughout your life, your internet, your home, you will be fine. But if you don't, it is what it is. I just don't know what to say. I'm giving out good advice. Get rid of all your moderators that are bullies. You sit there and talk about people being bullied. They are bullied right in your live feed, right there in front of your ass, and you don't even see it. You don't even see it. They talk amongst each other. You got so many moderators. They talk amongst themselves. All right, I get it. You need a little more oomph. Okay. But no, I think you got overkill on the moderators. You got to figure out how many you really need. If you have archons, you're going to need more than the average person. If you have negativity coming like that, it shouldn't be like that at all. you have archons as moderators. They're the biggest bullies I've ever dealt with. I tried to go on that channel and my guy needed me 5 times. 5 times I was kicked out. So I may not have written a whole shitload of books, and I haven't done all that stuff. But who says I haven't? I can write a book. I don't have to have ChatGPT do it. I can write my experiences on dealing with all this stuff that I'm dealing with now. I'm wondering why some man would think that I didn't think it was a joke when he didn't message me, call me, email me, any communication whatsoever. I was blown away. I went on his live feed and was treated like shit. I was treated like I didn't even exist. It's just... He takes a big deep breath like he really didn't give a fuck. And he goes, oh, it's Omega Forever Parumpa. Where's that at? Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Made me feel good. Yeah. Where's that at? You can check it out. He says that. That's the day. 2 days before he was to ask me to marry him. 2 days. And he's like, yeah, it's just a wallflower. Piece of shit. Yeah. You might as well shed that too. And then Wednesday, he's wondering why I'm going, no. I'm going, no, because you just called me a piece of shit on your own channel. Your archons treat me like shit and act super sweet, but sit there and say all kinds of shit about me. Oh, hi, how are you? And then they're saying stuff above that I'm watching them say, yeah, we sent her a package. Yeah, his moderators sent me the shit. His girlfriend sent me the shit. So I had someone contact me from a bigger source of protection saying, this is bullshit. This is a man who wanted to marry me on Wednesday. By Monday, his moderator's joking about sending shit to me. And he thinks that I said no. I said no because I did not even know he even cared about me. Because these chicks are just sitting there ripping me apart on Monday. Yeah, we sent that girl something real good. Maybe you can ask your fucking Archon moderators why it all fell apart. What next? Well, you know what? Maybe you should clean house and get some intuitive men who are from the age of 60 to 80. They work out well. Put them with female names in as your moderators and lose those moderators' names and phone numbers and do not ever call them again. I would not even fart in their direction. And if I knew that, there was a moderator that was in there that's at the post office, I am going to be going to Las Vegas for my postage. That's how I feel. That's how all the moderators are on there. They're not good. I do not want to have any contact with an Archon. I was married to one long enough. I don't need to fucking have to deal with it with someone saying they're Gnostic and have a shitload of Archons in their fucking moderators. I'm Gnostic, but there are my Archons. Aren't they beauties? They're so negative and mean. Yeah, send you all kinds of shit. I just want to thank you for the stitches. Get your shit together. Quit writing a book and look at your life and realize, all right, you got archons as moderators. You need loser numbers, and you need to get men from the age of 60 to 80 that are intuitive and put female names on them when you put them in the chat. Period. There's a reason why. So that can be all business. All business. Because that's what you're in for. So business. You're not there just to spend your time. You got to make some money so you can make a bigger name of yourself and put out the word and wake everyone the hell up. Isn't that the whole point? If you want to wake everyone the hell up, then get rid of your archons. That's just point blank. Get rid of your archons. Work with men who are from the age of 60 to 80 who are intuitive. Get female names on there. They won't notice the difference. Same names. Work with the same about names that they are moderating with. And have a written document that they have to have if you have every moderator with a certain name, you should have every moderator on your channel with a certain name so people don't know any difference if it's who it is. Really, for that reason, for business. Because if you don't do it the business way, you're not going to survive. That's the whole thing. I'm pretty much just getting tired, and I'm tired of bitching. Tomorrow at this time, I will be working, and I will be hoping that my guy gets his stuff going and actually acts like a gnostic at home instead of just preaching this shit. If you're preaching it and not living it, it's kind of like, well, are you now an ex-gnostic? Because that's how I'm reading it. If you're going to preach it and you're going to say you're gnostic, live it. Really. If you're in a stressful thing, we don't go out and act like whole bags. No, I don't. Because that's the worst time you make the worst decisions. The only time I acted like a whole bag is after I got divorced. Well, I was separated. I was like, this was fun. And I told everybody, I'm not serious. I just want to date. Boom. All right. But if you're acting serious and you want to marry somebody, you're not going to do what this person did. No communication. I go on the live feed. I'm treated like, Omega Forever Prom. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. That's someone who Wednesday later on asked me to marry him. Does it sound like he was interested? No. And you can hear his thing on the 11th. And if anyone wants to know who it is, and they can email me at omega2016@icloud.com. And I will be happy to, tell you who it is. But a lot of people already know and can check out the 11th that he asked me on the 13th. And 2 days later, he did not change his thing. He didn't say, I love you more than anything. I don't have any women. I'm not living with a woman I'm having sex with. I'm not, wow, how ungnostic of you. So are you an ex-gnostic? Because I'm curious. I'm hearing that you have all these Women, well, let me be very honest with you, okay? And stop. If you're preaching that you're gnostic, then live it. Because from what I've seen, because you do live on my street, you're you got a lot of shit going on, and it's not slowing down. Quit writing your books, all right? Clean house. If you really want to live gnostic, then do it. Don't just talk about it, because you got a bunch of archons in your moderators. You need a clean house. Get moderators that are intuitive males who are from the age of 60 to 80. And pay them. You don't have to pay them a lot. Trust me. I used to pay her about $10, seriously, $10 per show. It wasn't a whole lot of money. It's what I could afford. And that's what she agreed to. So I used to send her, if she would do a show once a week. So I would send her a $40 check once a month. I did it the old-fashioned way because that's how she wanted it. She was an old-fashioned gal, and I did it exactly how she wanted it. If it was a money order or check, she got it. And I used to go to oh God, I'm going to have to go to a different post office now. I got to mail my aunt a package, and I'm not doing it from my fucking post office. I do not want people to know my family's addresses and stuff. That's a private thing. And if you have to go to the post office to see after someone's mailed something, oh, fuck no. I'm going to go to the post office over in Vegas. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, yeah. My aunt's got a disease, the same one where everyone like throws the water thing. Yeah. And my aunt, and her name's Karen. And no, she's not a Karen. She's a sweetheart. She used to be the San Bernardino police officer. She couldn't believe that my uncle's wife was what she was. Like, oh, you just don't know, Zelda, get on her, Yeah. My family tried to teach me the best they could. And no, I'm not judging anybody, but I'm also not writing books and saying I'm gnostic and living a whole different life. I'm gnostic, but I got a 200-pound girlfriend over here. I got another girl over here. I got all my moderators because they fucking, like, any woman that says anything, they just like give me bad advice and everything. They're archons. Yeah. That's not gnostic. My dad showed me how a gnostic man lived, and I got to see that. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to think that it wasn't a real proposal because, number one, he still had all these females or phone numbers and stuff. He wasn't going to get rid of that. He wasn't going to reach out to me because he thought he was extra special. There's just the thing about communication and mental. If you're not mentally capable of reaching out to somebody, to having them know how you feel and making them feel special, then don't reach out to me. Hi, put a thumbs up. How are you? I'm giving advice to men who want to pursue a woman for real. So if you want to pursue someone like me, you want to have communication. You want to be able to communicate that person's special. So if you have a channel, you're going to want to communicate to them. And you're going to want to take care of things. You're going to want to write them love letters. because you're going to want to hear the voice. So if a man doesn't want to hear my voice, if a man doesn't want to hear me or be with me, hi. Hi, how are you? Definitely has a queer. Oh boy. I got an archon here. Ooh. Hey there. Has a queer. That's funny. I think it's funny how you guys change your call letters and stuff. So a while back, I had a psychic that my family has been using for most of her life. She was like kind of like that family secret. We would call her for our life reading. We get it. And everything would come out like she would say. So as time got on, she said, Buck, I need something to make me feel good. And I know you don't got a lot. And I says, well, if you go on a show each week, 1 day a week, I mean, more than 1 day, I was going to offer up $50 a week. But she's like, no, it's okay. I can just go on once a week. I just need to feel good about myself. I'm just feeling low. I got that low feeling. So we put her on there in a male name, Jerry or something like that. Oh, yeah, she went as Jerry. That's what it was. She went as Jerry Springer. She was my Jerry Springer. It was her idea. Oh, she'd get some snappy little fuckers and she would just put them in their place. Yeah, you just wait. When you get pulled over tonight, you're going to know. I already knew about that and I'm smiling. Yeah, it was hilarious. Oh my God, I had a blast. I wanted her to come on more. She'd tell off these people and was psychic enough to go, yeah, you're just playing around. Yeah, you're in your mommy's basement because you lost your place. I mean, that's how good she was. It was like funny, you know? So I always give advice to people. I learned for myself that she was one of the best people and put people in their place. I only needed a couple of people like her, but if you have a bunch of assholes, you're going to need more, like 10, 20, 30. You're going to need a whole shitload. But if you have psychic mods, intuitive mods are the best, man. They're entertainment. Mhm. She'd tell people off and give them a slice of what they were going to receive later on. She'd go, yeah, when you have an intuitive mod, they don't just tell you off, they tell you what's going to happen and give you a little slice of it. Yeah, when you see those blinking lights in your rear view mirror, you're going to feel that. Yeah, you're going to know I knew, and I'm laughing. Oh, I miss her. She passed away. So let's have a moment of a little silence for Diana. Diana, I know you already told the archons, gave them your middle finger, and said all the right things. So I hope you're enjoying the afterlife. I love you. I do. She was fucking amazing. Her daughter, not so much. Not so much. She's not. It's just I don't know what. Oh God, her daughter's not as happy, really. But it is what it is. Yeah, and I know some people don't like to be told the truth. I like this person. And because I do, I'm telling this person the truth. This is what it is. It just is. I love you as a person. I love you, but get your house in order and your life. Then, as you're doing that, you can have communication. You can email. You can do something. Let's see how it goes. So yeah. So when and she went, Jerry Springer. Oh gosh, you'd see her jump on, and it was like, wow, we got a cool moderator, Jerry Springer, and he'd go whoop whoop whoop, and he says, "How you doing?" And if I went to the bathroom, she would be like running the show. That's what moderators are for. When you have a bathroom break, if you have like a long show and you're going, okay, I'm going to leave for a bit, you have your moderator jump in and you have them taken care of. They are the juggler, the entertainer. If you cannot have your moderator do that, then they are not doing their business. I'm just being honest, because Diana showed me how a moderator should act, and no one has beat Diana. Actually, Jerry Springer, which I would like to bring back that name. Oh my God, that name was so fucking cool. Jerry Springer. So if you go back a show or you happen to see and you see on the side that says Jerry Springer, that is Diana. She is intuitive. She entertained my room when I would go to the bathroom, when I had something where I was answering a question. I actually, one time in the RV, they had police officers checking. They knocked on there. I go, nope, no one's in here like that. Okay. And I had Diana. She was entertaining everybody while I was talking to someone at the door. So, yeah. And that's how you know you got a good moderator. A good moderator is going to take care of your room when you're not even in it. And they are not going to take over your room. They're going to take care of it. They're going to answer the questions. They're going to know all the questions for Gnosticism. They're going to know it. So if you're putting people in, they're also unknowing of Gnosticism, they're not Gnostics. I'm going to be honest. You don't put moderators in there without knowing what your platform is. Ever. I would not put people on my platform now, because this is just because of me finding out through my own mistakes and stuff. I'll never put another person on here not knowing some form of magic, like good magic, healing, that type of thing, because they got to know it, because people are attracted to that with me, and they're going to have to know how to deal with them in an intuitive way. And that's the only way I can get people to stay on here, is to either hire them and know that they're intuitive. They are the best moderators for me. And they have only certain names that they can come up on. Yeah. They have to come up on different names because of the fact that's what I pretty much, yeah. Oh, yeah, they do. Yes, that's what happened to me. I went to go on my guy's channel. He was having a bad Monday. He was fucking crying, okay? I was trying to get into his channel 5 times. They kicked me out because they were jealous of me. Yeah. And it's like you gotta clean house. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm walking on eggshells with a bad moderator. Just unmoderate them. Really, I would do it. I've done it a lot of times. I've lost a lot of friends. You do not put friends as moderators, by the way. The best way to get a moderator is get one that is reasonable, an old person, 60 to 80, who doesn't mind, you sending them like money orders, you know? Yeah. I'm just being honest. I've done it before. You gotta you, you gotta get your inner bad half, and you gotta talk to them and say, I gotta stand up for myself. That was the hardest thing for me to do, stand up for myself. And a moderator that I had feelings for, I had to unmoderate. And I said, John, I'm so sorry, but you just suck at moderating. You really do. And I unmoderated him, and we haven't talked since. Yeah. Yes, it is. And have for my channel, I love Jerry Springer, and Diana, of course, was a female. She was a very strong female. Like I said, she would say stuff to them like, yeah, you just wait for them lights to come on, and boy, you're going to be knowing. I knew a slice of what was going to be happening in your future. Yeah, she pretty much stated that the guy was going to be pulled over by the police, and I thought it was hilarious. The guy was a total asshat. And I get it, older is better. And if I would say if you're a teacher, maybe you can offer classes to moderators who want to be moderators for your platform, especially free classes if the moderators are a certain age and they're intuitive and they'll do it for free if you teach them and they can answer your platform questions and treat people how they should be treated. Then you don't, yeah, older is better. I'm being honest with you. I haven't dealt with male ones, but the female moderators I actually have a better deal with, to be honest. For me, I would, yeah. And some people deal better with women. Some deal better if they're men. So it's like, yeah. So there you go. Yeah. And have it moderators. You don't want to have anything romantic with them. It's like the 70s and buying weed. You don't want to fuck your weed dispensary guy, and you don't want to fuck your moderator. And it makes it so much easier. Let's go whole gnostic. And if you have a platform that is gnostic and you're a what's it called? Oh shoot, what's the word I'm looking for? Man whore. You need to change platforms or just say, I am preaching this, but I am not practicing it. Because if someone's intuitive, they know if you're not practicing it. They know that you have a girlfriend you're living with. If you have a girlfriend you're living with, then why are you asking someone to get married? Why? I maybe you can answer me that. Definitely. Because I felt that. I'm like, this has got to be another joke. Because the guy never once emailed me, never once called me. Because if you're in love with someone, you're going to be like wanting to talk to them. Yeah. I know it was. Because I went on his live feed Monday, right? This is the week he asked me to marry him. Okay. You got to hear this. He asked me to marry him. I went on his live feed Monday and I come up on as, Mega Forever Prump, and he looks down. I gave $5 or $4.99 for his birthday. It was just missed it by a week. So I know it was the 11th showing. You can check it out on the internet. This is a man who wanted to marry me, and this is how he says, oh, Omega Forever Prump. Where's that at? Wow. All right. Thank you. Does that sound like a guy who wanted to get married? Does that sound like it? I mean, to me, it sounds like he had a bunch of mods that were going, oh, we're losing you? Oh, man. I was hoping to get laid Friday. So when Wednesday came and he said, do you need any assistance? I'm like, assistance for what? I think you've been assisting other women plenty. Ah. Oh, very funny. I don't even know you. So I'm just like floored. Is this how you get to know your gals? Man, you must get divorced a lot because that's not how it works. Yeah. He asked me to marry him Wednesday, and he treated watch the show. When I pop up and then I leave soon after. And they're making jokes afterwards. Come on. Are you wanting to marry someone or is it a joke? I never got a reply back from him or nothing. So when he was having he was having a hard time, he's got to blame himself. Wink, wink. He's just got to blame himself. He has all his archons there. His archons wouldn't let me go in the room, so I obviously got blamed for it. And yeah, I see a lot of people from everyone's side watching because I'm making a 2-hour rant, but I'm being honest. Because I do care for this person. I want to see them get their shit together. But having a bunch of archons lock me out on another Monday because they're jealous, because they don't want to lose their free ride of some kind. Yeah. Well, I didn't know he even wanted to marry me. Not very long. Well, I followed his uh, how can I say, he was on a show for a bit, and I followed that a bit. And it was a time that I guess you can say I was following his, I subscribed and was a member until the Archons just made it where I didn't want to be a member no more. Really, it wasn't even worth it. Was like, fuck being a member. They're just Archons. Fuck, man. Oh, so I quit being a member. It wasn't worth it, really. And then I didn't talk to him for like 3 months. I avoided all his places that he'd go to. I mean, come on. I'm not going to go anywhere where, you have negativity following you. It's like drama. So I stayed away for 3 months. And I had stated, on my show here, you know, my feelings. And he had thought he would help me out. I don't know in what course, because I'm going to be honest, he's probably got the best bullies I've ever fucking seen in his Archon moderator. So if you have a moderator you feel you're walking on eggshells, then you need to unmoderate them. It's just a click. They don't even know you're doing it. Trust me, I had a moderator still doing its moderating even after I unmoderated them. I thought it was hilarious. That's what I did with John Christopher. Yeah, I had romantic feelings towards him, and I just finally said, no, that just can't happen no more. Fuck it. Do you see him on my show? No. He doesn't even stop in. He's dating another married woman, so yeah, I need someone with a little more morals. Hey, don't forget to put a thumbs up. All these people here and no one putting the thumbs up, subscribe. I am just giving out advice though. Yeah, I've known him for about 14 years. I watched him grow as a spirit, as a person, you know. And if you're going to ask someone to marry you and you're going to have all these women in the closet, I'm going to know about it. I'm going to think that you're not asking me to marry you, that you have me as one of your concubines. It's not going to happen. So if you're going to ask, if a man is going to ask me to marry him and not, how can I say, communicate it, yeah. And keep all your lovers. And, I'm intuitive enough to know that's the reason why all the other marriage proposals and stuff that I would get, and it's not that I would tell these guys, you're not proposing marriage because you're already married. But they would want to get like my reaction. Wow, okay. What kind of marriage proposal are you expecting someone to accept without no communication? And you are surrounded by archons. Fuck. No, it's just tonic water. Oh. Now, well, 4 times. Oh, they put it on TikTok, but I contacted them and told them the whole story. Yeah, they put it. I know I spelled TikTok wrong. Fuck it, you know. They put it on TikTok. Oh, it was lovely. I thought it was funny. One did it live, a whole live thing. Thought it was funny. You know, when someone does that without your permission, you can get it taken off, and they did. They took it off on TikTok, but they did it for views. I was played with for views. So when I had no communication at all, just the same as the other four guys, that's all I'm saying. The other four guys did not communicate to me at all. No communication, no communicato. And, you know, kind of just thought they were, you know, that I'd get all excited and stuff. Oh, I spelled ass hats wrong, but I'm high, so, you know. I'm not doing very gnostically well. I am, yeah, medicating. And yeah. So, yeah. Hey, better with weed than alcohol. Trust me on that one. I should just drink my dad's alcohol, which would be Wild Turkey 101. 4 times. Yeah, they put it on TikTok. I had TikTok take it off. Thank God it wasn't 4 in a row, you know. Then it would have been harder. It took about a week to have it taken off. They thought it was so funny. Yeah. Omega smoke rings. More or less, Empress of Evil. Let's just say what it is. Really. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Oh, crap. I'm going past 2 hours. Man, I'm on a rant. But I got so many people here. Goodness. And I got up and I thought, gosh, maybe I can, like, yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to go on my guy's channel when he was live and needed me and was. Let's just put it this way, very emotional. So I tried 5 times, and after dealing with the fucking archons, I was too tired. And I lay on the bed and I fell asleep. Because after trying 5 times, you're just like, fuck you, archon. Man, my son must be like thinking I am like talking to, playing video games with archons. But he hasn't asked me, so I haven't said nothing. Usually I call archons the bad people. It's not just that they're bad. Some people have, they act like archons. They suck the life out of you. If you have that kind of person, it's not really a positive thing to have around. If you're not living a, you know, I guess if you want intuitive people around you, but you're living a certain life in a certain just thing, then you got to realize, did you really clean house before, you know, yeah. What's in the can? Okay. I know who that is. That sounds like uh Jimmy Crab Legs or Jim. So yeah, I'm going to get going. I've been on here 2 hours and I am going to go back to bed. So I'm going to end the stream. Let's see if anyone tried to get on my StreamYard studio. Nobody. All right. Okay, I got to end the stream. End the stream. Well, guys, I hope you have a wonderful, yeah. Oh, well, I'll do that another time, I guess, you know. Yeah, I had it all going. You should have started that. Oh, well, that's what happens when you smoke weed sometimes. I went on a rant. Oh, oh, well, it is what it is. I hope some advice gets used. Stand up, get your inner Lilith or your, your inner, negative part of male and stand up for yourself. All you have to do is hover over that, moderator's name and just click. Just do a bunch of clicking. But you're going to have moderators step up too. So while you're clicking, you're getting other people in at the same time. That's the only way I would do it. It's a business. Yeah. Well, I'm going, so goodbye.